Okay, and so what do I mean that there's something there in this idea of stream of consciousness? The gist of it is that I think Faulkner was able to use stream of consciousness to, like I said, make his characters have more depth and also tell more about his story and the experience that he wanted you to feel. And he used stream of consciousness as a means, a vehicle to do that. And that was his way of art, that was his style of prose. And so, how is that possible? How is one person able to communicate to the tribe of his in kind of using the same language but using it in a different way in which kind of helped paint the picture of his story. Um, that is interesting. And so I think that like maybe laziness and thought, or maybe kind of more like laziness and talking and kind of more, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It feels like he took like the English language and he made it in his stream of consciousness, and he made it kind of like do this lazy thing, this lazy poet thing, and it was a response. It created this response, a biological response, in those who were reading it, which they then felt more connected to the story, more enriched within this idea of you having experience when you read his work. And so I find that very fascinating, um, because it's like, okay, is there this part of the human psyche that is understandable greater, or more aspects than just the rational, simple logic, simpler logic, refined, confined logic of telling a story. And Faulkner, I guess, was said yes to that. There's this other state or quality of consciousness in which it's kind of poetic. You kind of like feel things. You kind of have like this other thing going on, and it's kind of like this lazy thing. It's kind of like lazy and kind of, it's, yeah, kind of have to, logic and inference kind of have to get out of the way a little bit. And it's like this, the stream of consciousness, you read it like a human. You read it like a human. You don't put on like, there's no, because he takes away the glasses for normal logic of sentences and structuring sentences, and like kind of like, what you can abstract from a normal sentence. He kind of takes that away with this stream of consciousness, and it's just his. You have to interpret it in an in like a new way. And I think that's, interesting. Is he like, what's going on there? Like, are we able to, like, is our psyches able to communicate and experience life in ways greater than the logic that we're surrounded by, the rationality that we're surrounded by? I think definitely so. I think definitely the answer to that is yes. Um, and so, I think that through meditation and being focusing on thankfulness and focusing on productivity, even something as simple as laziness, you can kind of you can learn from it.